All right, well, Rob's not here. It might just be us little chickens tonight. So, Wendy, I was just saying that Rob came through with this beautiful message from Mother Mary, and it's somewhere, somewhere in this Michigas. Huh. All right, well, you're going to have to excuse me because I now need to have a quick ladies' room run, a bio break.
That's fine. Do it now.
Okay. Chat amongst yourselves. I'll be back.
Okay.
Maybe then I'll find the iPad.
Okay. Ah, there's Tanya.
Hello again. How are you?
Good, good. How are
Good.
you?
I don't know. Can you tell? Can you tell? I am so much lighter.
That's good.
Terry is absolutely awesome.
She is.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I don't even know what else to say. That was a lot, but it's always good to um when you've released something and you allow the release, how you feel after is something else.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when it's been something that's been there, and it finally goes poof. Oh, wow. I don't know. The only thing I can say is that I'm grateful, and I don't even know any other word to describe. It's amazing. I'm grateful, you know, to be able to do that and be in that space, in this space, for that to happen, because how many people never get to do anything like that?
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, I'm grateful that all of these beautiful souls that I'm connected to. Wow. Ah, I feel like I've hit the jackpot.
You're not alone, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I've just hit the jackpot, and I don't know. It's like, yeah, this is life. Like this is, oh, what is that, a
It
kitty?
is a kitty, and she just slapped me in the face by accident.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say she didn't mean it.
No, luckily I had my glasses on though.
There we go.
Yeah. What's her name?
Moxie.
Oh, Moxie. Hi, Moxie.
Look at the
Hi,
camera.
pretty.
Look at the camera.
Hi, Moxie. Moxie doesn't want to look in the camera. Hi, Moxie. Like, oh, I'm just chilling. I'm cool.
I had to leave my cats today to come here to Lynn's, and I already missed them.
How many do you have, Wendy? How are you?
I'm good. I have 5.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. 4.
I am that crazy cat lady. I've walked into the weeds of being a crazy cat lady. So
I love them. I love animals. So, but I had, let me see, 1, 2, 3, and then one of them had kittens. No, China had kittens as well. She had some, yeah, yeah. I love them. Found out not too long ago that I had um an allergy. Why you gonna tell me cat dander? I'm like, no, I don't.
anything but that, right?
Right. I'm like, no. When did that happen? I've had cats. I didn't have a problem.
Yeah. I don't know what I don't know what I'd do if I ever turned up to be allergic to cats. I would like, oh
Honey,
man.
I just have to do something, pop a pill or
Yeah.
I'd have to clear that out. Have to
Yeah.
be cleared away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. So I have no idea what I've done with my iPad. So funny. But I can read you the beautiful message from Mother Mary because he sent it to me. I just have to find where he sent it. So hold on. Hang in there. He either texted to me or he sent it to me on Facebook Messenger. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. So this is a message that Rob Scarpa, my partner in crime on the podcast, Jesus Christ, not another fucking podcast, received from Mother Mary. Dear Spirit, please tell me what I need to know. And she says, greetings, beloved. It is I, your Mother Mary, with you now, and I am here to talk about compassion. Extend peace, find compassion, and show love to those less fortunate. A rising tide lifts all boats, as you well know. So go out and help patch or plug the holes that exist in so many at this time. Dear one, we love you. You are whole, you are complete. We ask of you to stay back and help as many as you can to fly. Your seat is guaranteed and your mission is clear. Each of you has what it takes. Each of you is a star. So turn up your light to 11 and shine, shine, shine. Everything is working the way that it is supposed to. Each new day is a new birth. Each new day brings with it more love. Each new day brings with it salvation for everyone who chooses to recognize the God self within. Each new day is another opportunity to get it right. Lean into the words of Spirit. Trust in the love that is all around you. Trust in Source as you are that divine beings of light, here to have the human experience with all of its ups and downs and bells and whistles. So as things ramp up in your collective, be the one who uses the soothing words of love and guidance to quell the fear and release the pain and expand into your true source, light energy that is the human body, that is creation itself. Yes, I know these are words that many of you find hard to understand or even comprehend, but everything is energy, everything is vibration, and everything is based in love. So, my dear, please continue to share all that you can and look to us for all your questions and trust that we will always respond. Bless you, and we love you. Farewell, Mother Mary. And I said, can I use that tonight in the podcast? And he said, of course.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Rob
Yes.
does such an amazing job at
Oh.
this channel.
He's extraordinary. So
Yeah.
there was a point, it was early 2019, and we had moved out of my mom's home, and I had started a partnership with a woman named Deborah LeMay, who had a space that was called The Inspired Soul. And Wendy had done her first channeling training there. And then we had a second one. Was the first one here and then the second one was there or something like that?
Well, yeah, I think the first ones were here at the sanctuary, and
Right.
then
Second one.
yeah, and then you kind of branched out to.
So then Rob came to that class, and I think there were 9 people, and there were 8 women in Rob, which is usually what happens. And he took the homework that Wendy gave very seriously, which was to come with a message for each person in class. So he put himself into some little zone and came with these beautiful messages, and the messages never stopped. And so he's probably channeled about 50 different ascended masters now, and easily over 1,000 messages. And he's a scribe. His channeling comes through scribing. So he gets a message and he writes it down in his notebook, and then he translates it to typed or written. Uh-oh. Got a little bug action happening on my hand. Gotta quell that. I had this little week of bug visitors. I gotta make sure that the bugs are gone. bugs be gone. Anyway. So how is everyone? Hello, Deborah, Miss Tanya. I got to chat with Linda earlier.
Hi.
Just picked Wendy up from the Port Jefferson Ferry, and we had a lovely meal together. And tomorrow we do and finish and finalize all the packing for the retreat. There are 20 of us going off to Sedona. Should be quite a journey. We're going to be gathering and celebrating together.
Yep.
I look forward to it. We have literally each an extra suitcase filled with all the gifts that we're bringing.
Yeah.
It's so cute because people are saying, how many people are coming? I want to bring a gift for everybody. I have a feeling we're going to have a nice old big gift exchange. Oops, I got to turn off an alarm.
Sounds like Christmas.
That
Yes, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Christmas.
it sounds like you're going to have a wonderful time.
Yeah. I believe we will.
Look forward
Yeah.
to it.
Lynn knows, we have a friend by the name of Joanne. And at the beginning of my awakening and Lynn and Joanne's awakening, we were all in Sedona for the first time together.
Forever.
And
1990, 90, that was like
Oh.
91, 92.
92, 93, something like that.
Early. Yeah.
Yeah. And I talked to Joe today, Lynn, and
Oh, yeah.
I told her that we were leaving on Friday, and
Aw.
but it almost felt like coming full circle.
Yep. It was so funny. On that trip, I drove from LA to Sedona. I think it was like a 6 hour trip, whatever it was. And I remember as I was coming towards the Red Rocks of Sedona, I looked up and I literally saw a spaceship in the sky, silver disc with a little hub on top. And I thought, oh my God, that's a UFO. And as soon as I had that thought, the thing went up into the clouds and it was gone. And I was like, oh my God, I just saw a UFO. Aliens are not real. Aliens are not real. I went straight into denial. Meanwhile, some of the people on this crew, you have to understand that the majority of the crew that are coming are in classes with me and Wendy in one form or another. So they've been part of the pathway, or they've been part of my year-long classes. They've done channeling training with Wendy. So, you know, we all know each other. And Linda's come along, and Linda's just part of the family. And
Some of us are in Wendy's class too.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Listen, Wendy's trained over 2,000 people. Okay, anyone that listens to this podcast, if you've ever had any interest in learning how to channel, Wendy is a full body trance medium, extraordinary channel, triple certified psychic. She has taught over 2,000 people to channel. It's a lot of people.
My passion.
It is her passion. She's really good at it. Listen, there's people that have passions and they're shit at it, but she happens to be really good at it. So thank God for that.
Yes, yes.
My God, she channels Archangel Metatron, Melchizedek, Met and Mel. She's now working with the energy of this extraordinary goddess by the name of Mother Maya. She's been also channeling Elijah quite a bit, who was a teacher of Yeshua. And then I channel Yeshua, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Hathor, Archangel Michael, Sanat Kumar, a whole other, I think I'm up to 30 now, probably 30 that I've channeled in my little illustrious career. But there's something that's really extraordinary that happens when you channel a being of a higher energy. And I liken it to, for anybody who's ever done this, it's like being in an ayahuasca ceremony, because you literally shift your frequency to a completely different dimension. And it's like changing the knob on a radio dial, you know, AM, FM, and then all the, you know, and you tune to that channel and they come in. And then for me, it's like I get scooped out and I'm taken far, far away. Like I go back somewhere. I don't know where I go. And it's like in a football stadium and they're on the stage and you're in the seats at the far end of the football stadium and there's no sound. And you know that they're down there and you're present to all of it. It's such a surreal experience, but it is truly one of the greatest gifts that I've ever received. Wendy, it was April 2017. And I go to a meditation with my girlfriend, Jennifer, and my business partner, James, and a couple other friends. And a gentleman by the name of David Young is leading the meditation. And he says, we're going to take you on a journey. And in the middle of this meditation, Pallas Athena comes to me and she says, I am Pallas Athena. Will you come with me? And I think, daughter of Zeus, how badly can this go? First time I've ever had a being show up in a meditation. So she takes me under the water. She shows me the civilization that lives underneath the water. And she said, you did this. And I'm like, what are you talking about? This is crazy. I've never ever had LSD. This can't be a flashback. What the hell's going on? So the only person I knew to call was Wendy. And Wendy had just moved to Connecticut and I just moved to New York, the year before. And I'm like, you're never going to believe what happened. She said, well, maybe this is who you're supposed to learn to train to channel with. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to channel. I've seen ghosts. I remember what happened to Whoopi Goldberg when that guy jumped into her body and she like looked at his wife and he goes, what do you do to your hair? And I'm like, She goes, well, it's not exactly like that. And I was so like, there's no way I was ever going to do this. She goes, look, come up for the weekend. We'll hang out. We'll start your training. And I was like, okay. So reluctant, so reluctant. And the very first time I got trained, I came back to the sanctuary. I was with James, our friend Jennifer, our friend Stella, and we called my best friend Sherry on the phone. And I sat in this white chair over there on that wall and I channeled Athena. And Jennifer had a brand new Samsung that she had just gotten. And she's like, I'm going to film this. And I'm like, okay, great. And all I know is that when I came out of channeling Athena, Jennifer's sitting there with her mouth hanging open. And I said to her, what's going on? She goes, you wouldn't believe what was happening when I was videotaping that. And I said, what? She said, Lynn, there were thousands of little green bubbles that were on the screen as you were channeling Athena. And she went to show me. She said, I'm saving the video. And I could see like the end of it. And at that point, the phone goes completely black and dead. And the phone was fully charged. And I go, what happened? She goes, I don't know. She turns back on the phone and the video is nowhere to be found. So I say to Athena, what just happened? And she said, we didn't realize that this new technology was able to capture what was happening. Like it was green prana. It was little green prana bubbles, And she said, so we're going to have to, fix the phones. And I said, can I see that video? And she said, no. She said, if you saw the video, you would never channel again. I was like, okay. So I remember telling that story recently and Jennifer saw it and she's like, I can testify that's exactly what happened. I've seen one picture that I could find on the whole internet of the little green bubbles. It was fascinating. Somehow we weren't supposed to see that. Wendy, does that make sense?
Well, what did your friend who took the video and she's watching this, she was there. I mean, were you there, Wendy? I mean, did you think it was?
No, I wasn't there.
Wendy wasn't there. It was Jennifer and Stella and James and myself. And we were on the phone with my best friend Sherry. And it was the first time I was channeling publicly for anybody. I'd spent the weekend with Wendy and now I was like, I'm a channel,
You all do stuff.
I said to Metatron, am I going to be good at this? And he took a breath and through Wendy, he said to me, you will be one of the best that ever was. And I was like, that's a lot of responsibility, So I stay humble because, I consider that the best is Wendy. So, I pale in comparison to what she's done, but I've been prolific in what I've done in just 7 years now?
Yeah.
17 to 27. Yeah.
Yep. Yes. 7 years
doing this.
And you've had such an extraordinary meteoric change
Listen,
in those 7 years.
This was a year of channeling every day. 744 pages of Mary Magdalene's gorgeous love, pouring through me. So today we had our Magdalene membership where we get together and we crack open this book and somebody reads from the lesson of the day. And I'm always blown away. I'm like, man, I don't remember saying that ever. Those words did not come out of my mouth. And obviously they did because there's a video of it, but they're Magdalene's words. I felt like an imposter in the beginning, honestly, Wendy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's pretty common. I did as well. I thought it was just me making things up. And there's a whole process that each and every channel goes through. Not the exact same for each channel, but there's similarities with each channel. And so there's kind of markers that once you get past this, then your next hurdle is this, and your next hurdle is that. And so, yeah, it's very seldom that someone is just an organic trans channel.
Yeah.
There are people that say they are, and I won't argue with people, but I watch what they do, and I have perhaps different ideas of what they're doing, because I've been teaching this for
35, 40 years.
30 some years.
I mean,
right.
to me, it looks like when someone puts a sock on their hand and does a puppet, and they're like, "Hi, I'm a channel,"
Yeah.
and you're like, "No, you're not." Like you can feel the difference, you know?
Right. And then there are some that don't think that they're channeling,
And
and
are.
they're knocking my socks off. It's like
Yeah.
all of this energy that I'm, trying to help them to
Yeah.
ground. So it's really a fascinating journey. Really fascinating.
Yeah.
And
It's-
Metatron always calls it a shortcut to our ascension process.
Yeah. I asked him, I said, Metatron, how would you describe channeling? And he said, a shortcut to spiritual transformation. And I thought that was just brilliant.
Yeah.
It really is. There's nothing that'll humble you than having an ascended master come in and kind of poke you or give you the cosmic boot when you think you're all that and a bag of chips. They're like,
But I was wondering, that's amazing. You said that your friend took a video and it's so strange that they closed it down. What did your friend see as she was videoing?
thousands of little green bubbles going up on the screen as I was channeling Athena.
But she didn't see anything else, just the green bubbles?
As if that's not enough.
I know, but I mean, what I guess is what I was expecting. I don't know. Something different. I don't know.
Well, also, I can tell you that I can watch people channel and I can see their guide standing next to them, or I can see their guidance superimposed over them. Quite often I'll see Yeshua superimposed over Lynn.
Wow.
There's lots of things to see.
Dude, you have never told me that. That's crazy. I had this new client, and she bought this package of like 5 sessions with him where she spends 33 minutes. And he told me that the first time that she did the session with him, she wanted him to tell her what to do with her life. And I said, well, wouldn't that be you living her life for her? And he said, of course. He said, everybody has free will and they have to make their choices, and they have to make their free will choices, you know? I mean, if they just came in and they said, do this, do that, do this, do that, that's not what this game is about. This game is about, we go to the river for forgetfulness. We go glug, 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 glug. And then I go, are you my mother? You my mother?
Yes. Are all your mother.
Well, yes, I am. Exactly.
I have a question going back to what Deborah was asking regarding your friend with the phone. Did she ever say what she saw in person, not looking at her phone, but looking at you?
She didn't see, she was sitting the closest to me. She didn't see anything different, but what she saw in the video, what the video picked up.
Okay.
Were the green bubbles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the video needed to be shut down. It's green prana.
Yeah. And electronics pick things up that our naked eye doesn't sometimes.
But why would they shut down the phone if it's green prana? I mean, green bubbles. I don't know.
How you I'm sorry, but nobody talks about prana. If you know, most of the people in our classes are Indian. Like prana is the big word over there. You know, they don't talk about all the stuff we learned in the training classes. You know, Deborah and Deborah and Wendy and Linda and I have all done beginning and advanced of pranic training. And then we've gone on to do some other classes, but that's not something that gets taught in high school. We get taught reading, writing, and arithmetic to keep us isolated in the beta mind, to keep us away from our imagination, away from our spirituality, away from our higher self. You know, this world is set up to keep us away from the truth of us. Not like
Yeah.
conspiracy theory, just the way that it is, you know? And so when you find these esoteric teachings, when you find the books that explain, you know, Jesus literally said, this is how I healed. That doesn't get taught in school. You know,
Yeah.
Jesus is the only begotten Son of God. No, he's not. I can't even say those words in church. I say a different prayer when they're saying the Lord's Prayer. My mother's like, shh. They say, our Father who art in heaven. And I go, our Mother who art the earth. Getting my, where I can't, I get it. Such a little rebel. Anyway. My mother says to Father Duncan, I saw my daughter heal a woman in the hospital. And he says, Lynn is a vessel. And now my mother says, my daughter's a vessel. My daughter heals people. My daughter channels Jesus. It was not that way in the beginning, I can tell you. I heard her one time. She's like, yeah, my daughter's back. I'd moved back from Virginia. And she said, yeah, she's the one that says that she channels Jesus. What can I say? And I felt so betrayed. Like, Lynn, you're trying to tell me you channel Jesus? And then he tells me to get up and heal that lady in the church that time. And in the hospital. I was in the ER. Was that just a couple days ago? Had this horrible rash. And the doctors are, so, you know, what do you do? I said, oh, I'm a psychic and a medium and a full body trance channel. And I channel Jesus. And he says, well, I'm going to have to give you steroids. To which I said, fuck. And so I turned to the nurse and I said, I channel Jesus, but I also curse. It's what I do. What I do. Although I have to say, it was very interesting. When I was in Europe, I just didn't curse, not once.
That's interesting.
I know.
Why do you think that was?
I don't know. There was like a different energy. Like, this is New York energy.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't curse in California. Wasn't my thing. I didn't curse in Europe, but I curse in New York. I don't know. It's very, very interesting.
Do you think that Europe is more representative of the divine feminine, as of East Coast is more the divine masculine?
1000%.
Okay.
1000%. And I think the West Coast is more divine feminine, you know? The South.
I think the West Coast is really interesting, being a California girl myself.
Right?
The balance. I think that there's a real balance in California. Not everybody sees that, particularly Southern California. Well, no, all of California. I take that back. A real nice balance between the masculine and the feminine.
And what about the Midwest?
Hodge, an absolute hodgepodge.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. When I moved here, Deborah, in 2016, I got here the day after Thanksgiving. My son-in-law and I drove across country with the cats in the back seat, and it looked like Beverly Hillbillies.
But you didn't have 5 cats at that time.
No, just 3. But we drove through all of the Midwest states because we're trying to avoid bad weather. And it was uncomfortable energetically.
Really?
Wow.
There were so many like billboards, really hateful billboards, politically based, and all these gun initiative stuff. It was just like
Wow.
very, very different than what I was used to. And so it was a little bit more dense. Doesn't make it bad. It was just a little more dense. I don't know if it's changed between then and now. I'm sure there must have been some changes.
I don't see billboards like that.
Yeah, but you're in Michigan. That's not.
Well, I don't know. That's Midwest.
No, that's where cars get manufactured, or used to.
I was gonna say used to. I mean, some of them still are, but Wendy's lived in Michigan. You lived in Ann Arbor, didn't you,
I
Wendy?
did. I lived in Ann Arbor for 2 years. Yeah. I loved Ann Arbor. Yeah. I was just a kid. Oh my gosh. We lived there from the time I was 22 to 24. Yeah.
That was
So
a baby.
I- 1970.
72, 74, excuse me.
Yeah, because
72, 74. Because Joy was a year old when we moved in, and Shaw was born at University of Michigan Hospital.
okay, U of M. Yeah,
My niece went to University of Michigan.
it's a good school.
Yeah, it's a really good school.
I see a lot of billboards
Do you about guns?
about a whole lot of things.
Oh, I thought she was. Well, yeah, I see billboards, but I don't see billboards about guns.
Oh, it was.
I thought
all
you said guns,
political
Wendy.
things. They were at that point in time, they were all down on Hillary Clinton, and there were just some really bad, huge, massive billboards. Kill Hillary Clinton kind of billboards. It was just like,
Oh no.
I was just not used to that, right?
Yeah.
And I hadn't had that experience before, so I was like, wow, this is interesting.
Kill Hillary.
Wow.
Yeah. I lived in Mississippi for a year as well.
I did too.
Yeah, I lived in Gulfport.
I
And
lived in Jackson.
Even Mississippi had a higher vibe than driving through the Midwest. It was really interesting.
People down south are very friendly. From what I remember.
Yeah, true. That's true. I grew up in the Midwest,
Where'd you grow up?
Chicago.
Okay.
There are billboards that said "Kill Hillary Clinton." I'm sorry, I'm still stuck back here on the billboard.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my brain froze for
things like Hillary Clinton must die. Just
my God.
yeah.
That's horrible.
That overt. Overt.
I have to do a quick bio break.
Okay, honey.
Mhm.
I'll hang with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was just something I'd never experienced before. And I'm kind of light in my approach a great deal of the time. I'm really neutral. I'm pretty up and happy most of the time. And so that's what resonates with me.
Yeah.
And it just really surprised me to find that there were whole collectives of people that had such a different perspective on life and how it should be lived.
Yeah.
And this was, what year was this? Was this right after
2016?
When Trump was running? And that was that battle between Hillary and Trump.
Yeah.
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 And they were surprised when he won. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and here he is, opposing another woman.
Oh, you're right.
You know what? That's right. I hadn't even put that together until just now, till you just said it.
Yeah. Yeah. They
Wow.
have positioned him against another woman.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That is amazing, isn't it?
It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah. It will.
Well,
But I don't turn on the news to find out because it's just too bad. It's just too disgusting.
I know it's just ugly. It's like,
It is.
it's just ugly. It's believe what you believe and honor that. Don't
Right.
Absolutely.
don't feel that you have the authority to attack someone else because they believe differently than you. But
Exactly.
that's kind of what our world has become in so many ways, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
We attack each other on social media.
Yeah.
You know, people that don't even know me attack me, and I'm like, wow,
You're
Yeah.
kidding.
you don't know me.
Right.
People
The
are
mother
actually
of
attack you,
fashion,
Wendy.
right?
People are
I'm
actually
sorry?
attack. People actually attack you on social media.
I've had that happen a couple of times. Yeah. Not too much, but you know, when you get out there, like Lynn and I and other people are getting out there in the public eye, there's going to be people that come after you. It's just,
Well,
you
yeah.
know, to be
They don't,
expected.
well, they don't understand what channeling is.
Oh, true. Right. But you know, Metatron did a podcast with Michael Zinn. I don't know if either one of you know Michael Zinn. Really nice guy.
No.
Here, he's a friend of Lynn. He's here on Long Island, and he does something called the live stream of consciousness, and he
Mhm.
does that once a week. And he's had Metatron and I on several times. And Metatron told Michael he'd like to do a conspiracy theory evening and talked about a bunch of the conspiracy theories that are floating around, and informed Michael that there are people that are paid to go on other people's social media and be detractors and distractors and, you know, try to hurt the people that are posting, start fights and things like that. There are people that are paid to do that. And
Yeah.
so that the next time you see that, he says you can just look at that and go, oh, there's somebody that's, you know, getting paid to do that. And be able to
I've
ignore it,
seen that
overlook it.
coming through my sites, and I go, oh, that's someone trying to lower my frequency. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, and I just swipe it away.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
no can do, dude.
Yeah. There's a
So
lot.
is it too much to ask for you to actually explain now what channeling is for those that may not know or understand it?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. So we all channel all the time. Think about those times when you meet with someone that you love and they're having a crisis, and all of a sudden some information comes through and you kind of go, wow, where did that come from? That was pretty cool. That's channeling. And we call that awake and aware channeling. It happens all the time
Mhm.
because that's our way of communicating with spirit, you know. Then the other way that I explain channeling is that it's our ability to be in communion and co-creation with spirit. Any of the guides, angels, galactics, ascended beings are happy to come and connect with us. And that is truly what channeling is. It's always for us first. We receive the information, we receive the teachings, then we share them if we feel led to do that. It's just a form of communication. It was taught in all of the ancient mystery schools. That's where the seers and the oracles became, you know, kind of famous. We think of them now as famous, but Lynn's an oracle. I'm an oracle. You guys are oracles. You just have not embraced that aspect of yourself as of yet. So
However, we have an opportunity for you to come experience yourself as oracles.
yeah.
Wendy and I have created something that's coming next year, and I'm really, really excited to talk about this. Holly, hi, sweet girl. So when Wendy and I were putting together what we've called the Pathway of the Initiate, it looked like it was going to be a 4-year program, and it was going to be the Pathway of the Initiate, and then it was going to be
The adept, pathway, the
no,
adept.
the apprentice first, and then the adept,
Yeah.
and then the Pathway of Mastery. But as we got into this first year of the pathway of the initiate, we realized that it was, Spirit has shown us that it was quite a daunting task for people to fully awaken back up to their
God, I am.
that's so well said. The part of them that are oracles, the part of them that are channels, you know, the God self. So we're shifting gears a little. We're going to make it the pathway light. And it's now called, to make it even more complicated, the Egyptian Essene Akashic Healing Oracle Curriculum, or something like that. Some big, long, drawn out, complicated thing. And
We just call it Thursday class.
mhm,
Egyptian, Essene,
Akashic Oracle.
Akashic.
Oracle. So it's not about people learning how to read the Akashic records. It's people that are going to start reading the records. It's not learning how to be an oracle or a channel. It's being an oracle and a channel. It's the practical application.
Yeah.
What it is
Where
to
the rubber
be.
hits the road.
Mhm.
Yeah. And we're doing a retreat.
Mhm.
We're going to Virginia Beach.
In early May. And we're going to go visit the Edgar Cayce Institute. One of the very first times I went to the Institute, I went with my friend Joanne Cooper, and I looked out and I went, Joanne, that's not a real cloud. She goes, it looks like it's hiding something. And I'm like, oh my God, it's hiding a spaceship. And I took a picture of it. And she went inside to sign up. We had signed up for massages. And I went in to fill out my name. And when I came back out, it was completely gone. And I was like, what the hell? Like, there wasn't enough time for the thing to be gone. I'm like, they're cloaking. They're here and they're cloaking.
I've seen several like that too.
Oh, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
But down there's a ton of psychic activity. I literally sat there's a meditation room, this gorgeous meditation with the huge floor to ceiling crystals. And when you're sitting there, you literally look out of the water and Atlantis like rises from the ocean right there in front of Virginia Beach. It's crazy. Crazy,
Yeah.
crazy, crazy.
So we're doing a retreat that is a combined Akashic record channeling, and we're calling it the Akashic Oracle. And
No,
it's
No. Oh yeah, the Akashic Oracle? Is that what we're calling it? Yes, what she said.
and it's a deeper journey. And if there's people that don't know how to read the records, they can come and learn. But people that already know how to read them, it's really coming to deepen your experience. And the same way with channeling. If you don't know how to channel, you're still welcome to come, and you'll be in good company, and it'll be a really deep dive into your, understanding who and what you are in this lifetime and what your path is in this lifetime.
So one thing that's been beautiful that I've watched happen with Linda, our very young lady Linda who's here, is she has opened up light language, and she speaks light language, the most beautiful light language. And I was having a really rough day the other day. I took a steroid for the first and last time.
Mhm.
I hate these guys. Hate. The rest are still in here. And it affected me emotionally. I was angry. I was sad. I was an absolute hot chocolate mess. And Linda got on the phone with me late at night, and she just started speaking light language, and I immediately started feeling better. So your gifts are showing. They're percolating. They're coming through. Deborah has an incredible psychic ability.
I
And
do.
she does. Yes, you do. She denies it. She hides from it, and she pretends. All that's there. And Holly,
It's a news flash to me.
I know. You say that every time. We can see it in you. That's
Yeah.
the beauty.
So hopefully you can begin to see yourself through our eyes and shift that perception, my friend.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
I'm working on it.
Yeah. I keep saying to Deborah, practice on people.
Yeah.
You'll get there, Mama.
Yeah.
You'll get there. And Tanya, you know, by the time we're done with you with this year, we'll figure out what all your gifts are because they're sitting there brimming, waiting to get out. Waiting to
She's
get
a healer. I know that.
Mm,
Big
Yeah.
time healer.
that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
I'm here for the ride.
Oh, wait. Okay, we have a dear friend named Willem, and Willem is not here, so I'm going to talk about him behind his back. But listen to this message that I got from Willem today. This made my heart so happy.
Yeah.
He says, also, Lovey, I've been having surprising, rewarding, and grateful healing experiences with 3 different people in the last week or so. First with Linda T, sending a holodyne on its way. Then with Tina Rutherford, a dear friend, during a Zoom call. And then late last night, a woman at the retreat here, he's at a retreat, whom I'd never met and who I used aspects of psychic surgery. We were just talking after a meeting, so it wasn't the full psychic surgery experience exercise. But in all 3 cases, I got inspired to offer certain suggestions about what might be going on in their lives, which then resonated with them and empowered them to take it further. All healing is self-healing, as you well know, but I feel grateful to be able to function as a catalyst of sorts that helps them to get on their way with it. Beverly, his beloved, opined that I'm discovering my inner healing. She may be onto something, but again, remember that healing is self-healing. Looking forward to seeing you and everyone else next week. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Opening up to his gifts. Like, how gorgeous is that? I don't know.
That's great.
That
I was-
is.
I was thrilled. And,
That's
you know,
beautiful.
when I met him 2020, he was like, I can't see, I can't hear, I can't feel. Other people, you know, Lynn Clock is saying, I can't see, I can't hear, I can't. And now she's like, I opened my eyes and everybody was sitting at the round table. They're all there. It's like suddenly the light goes on, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's beautiful when that happens. Light language springs forth, the healing springs forth, the visions spring forth.
Yeah.
You know?
And there's almost that place where you say yes,
Exactly.
unequivocally yes. And with that yes, you allow perceptions to shift out of the old paradigm and the way you've been thinking of yourself and what you can and can't do. Because many of us are currently living in the impossibilities of all of this, right? The spiritual journey, we're not looking at the possibilities, we're looking at and living within the impossibilities. And so sometimes that yes helps that paradigm to shift. And all of a sudden it's like the world opens and lays itself at your feet.
Magdalene and Yeshua say to me all the time, all you need to say is yes. All you need to say is yes. All you
Yeah.
need to say is yes. And, you know, mostly I do. Every once in a while, I'm like, get out of your fucking minds. There's no way. And then they keep at it. You know, they're like, how about now? Is now a good time? How about now?
Yeah. Yeah.
A little bit
Yeah.
unrelenting. Wen, do you have any messages for these lovely beings?
My
Anything?
body and brain are a little tired, but let me just check in.
Okay.
See if anything just floats to the surface. Well, it's kind of an old message. It's about really taking the time to take care of yourselves, and that the energies on the planet are going to continue to intensify between now and the next 6 months. There's going to be extra added solar activity. There's going to be weird weather patterns. There's going to be things that we're not used to. And so take care of you, make sure that you boost your immunity, that you have what you need to take care of yourself if you lose electricity or you don't have water. That is one of the key things that they are talking about right now. And then the other thing that Mother Maya is saying is that you have the ability to shine your own light in your own dark places, into your own shadow aspect. So take what's light and ask Spirit to show you what within you is still in shadow, and then shine your own light on that. You can use imagination and visualization for that. And she's just showing me a picture how we do all this shadow work to shift that which is our shadow. She says if we use our own light, we can easily shift our own shadow. And that's the first time I've ever heard that. So
Love that. If we use our own light, we can shift our own shadow.
yeah,
That is gorgeous. Somebody needs to write.
shine your own light into your shadow to heal it. So it's like you healing you
All
with
heal.
a focus and an intent, right?
Love that.
And that's it. She says, I'm too tired to hold her energy. So
Yeah, I know. I just heard the same. I channeled Magdalene for about 20 minutes this afternoon during the membership. I got to say, I love the Magdalene membership. When we go through the book, she just has so much love.
Me too.
I'm so glad you're a part of it, my love. Thank you.
hey, Lynn, I have a question. I just heard Maya say that when you start to read these things, you're constantly surprised and delighted. It's
Yeah.
almost like you have forgotten they're there, and then you're reading them, and it's new to you again.
Wendy, here's the part that's my favorite. When I was channeling her, I had such a case of imposter syndrome that I was sure that I was just this little actress who was faking the whole thing. And when we got back from Egypt last year and she and Yeshua came forth and he said, it's time to publish the book, I was like, oh, everybody's going to find out that I faked it, because everything that Willem had transcribed was now going to be put in print. And when Lynn and Raymond and Nina stepped up to do the editing, they came back and they said, this is such magnificent work. Her words are so gorgeous. And I heard Willem say that, but I'm like, Willem just loves me. Like he would say that because he loves me. And they were like, no, Lynn, you don't talk like this. This is not you. These are not your words. These are Magdalene's words. And so especially in the later part of the book where I had just kind of completely surrendered to her, because we literally channeled every single day for 365 days. I did not miss a day. It was like a promise I made to God. I made it to Yeshua and Magdalene, and I was not going to break that. People are like, do you have discipline? And I'm like, do I have discipline? I have fucking discipline up the wazoo. I have 744 pages of discipline, right? And towards the back of the book, when the lessons come through, I'm like, I do not remember. I had so surrendered into being a full body trance channel. This was my journey. This was my journey. It was a half an hour, 365 days. I don't know how many hours that is, but by the end of this journey, I was a full body trance channel. And I don't remember. So it surprises and delights me, because I'm like, I don't remember that. I'm always so proud that I don't remember, because I was like, that was really her, you know?
Yeah. I had the same response when I went back and listened to our last class, the channeled recording that I did. I can't even remember if it was Metatron or it was Metatron. And I just sat and I listened, and I was kind of in awe of not my channeling ability, but the information he brings through and what it feels like. And it's like Magdalene, the information she brings through and what it feels like, and how people receive it.
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing.
It's absolutely stunning. All right, I'm just going to read you today's lesson because it was so beautiful, and it was all about forgiveness. And what's been really delicious to me is I have other people read it rather than me reading it. And there's something about being a spectator of your own channeling. You know, people are like, did you go back and watch your channeling? And I'm like, I never do that. It's funny.
Hardly ever. Ever.
Yeah. Exactly. So today is day 297. Forgiveness is the only gift I give. And Tanya, I know you're hearing this again. Linda, I know you're hearing this again. Deborah, I know you're hearing this again, but it's worth hearing.
It is worth hearing. Thank you for doing it.
You're welcome. Greetings, beloveds. Knowing that forgiveness is the key to salvation, knowing that forgiveness is the key that unlocks the egoic dynamic of the demands that say that people must be a certain way, people must speak in a certain manner, act in a certain fashion. This thinking, beloveds, has allowed beings to exist within a landscape of fear, within a landscape of judgment. If one is not acting in accordance with our beliefs, the limitations we have say how we believe that people should be, how we believe that they should, what we believe that they should say, and how we think that they should think. We want to imprison them. We want to put them inside of structures. And beloveds, all that we are actually doing is imprisoning ourselves. And the key to unlock ourselves from this prison is forgiveness. Forgiveness of self, first and foremost. And then, as an extension, forgiveness of all that we have projected out onto the landscape of the universe. We have many judgments. You must stay in line. You must follow in these footsteps. You must have a certain level of education, a certain level of income, savings. You must live within a home. You must have a wife and children. You must go to work diligently. You must feed your cat. You must go to school. You must retire. Astro, hi, baby. Oh, he's sniffing your luggage. Oh, how cute. And when one decides that they want to live outside of the norm of what has been acceptable in the universe, the first action that they must take, beloveds, is to forgive themselves. And then forgiveness is the key that unlocks the heart, because there is thankfulness and gratitude. The key to unlocking this entire mystery of life, beloveds, is forgiveness. And that takes you out of the mental spectrum of the madness, and it brings you down to the sense of being heart-based and heartfelt. Oh, baby. In your relations, in your communications, and within your desires. Hi, little boy. What's up? Okay, hold on. Here. Oh, I just found the iPad. Okay, go ahead. Boy, he's looking for something. You okay?
He knows you're leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine did too. They see the suitcase come out and then they get mad.
Yeah.
What are you smelling? Oh, he's got to be smelling your cats.
Yeah.
When your desire is to live from the heart, when your desire is to forgive yourself and others, there is a generosity that opens up within you. It is akin to what it is that Source, through the generosity of Source, has granted to each being upon creation. There is a willingness to breathe your life's breath into any circumstance, into another, within yourself. You are willing to breathe this breath of life, which is filled with gratefulness. There is grace that is afforded here, beloveds, for you have once again connected with Source. You have once again connected with your own divine light. So, open your heart, beloveds, and be willing to reach out and ask for assistance, to be reminded of what it is to be connected to love, what it is to forgive easily and generously, what it is to be as God created each being to be. As the goddess reached out to each of us and grants to each of us a deep connection to love, all you need do is drink in that breath, breathe in that breath, beloveds, and you are immediately connected to your own divinity. And within your own divinity, you are able to grant forgiveness to yourself, to the mirrored illusion of others, to the places where they have brought you, to a reminder that only love is real, that your love is real, that their love is real. Each and every moment, beloveds. Hi. I don't think he's okay.
Do you need me to come down?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right there.
Astro, are you okay? So allow yourself, beloved ones, to come to the knowledge and that understanding that only love is real, and that that is the exact embodiment of your makeup and of your chemistry. The love that you are is heralded, it is known within the universe. Be who and what you are created to be, beloveds, by releasing and relinquishing the ego's need to minimize your very existence. You are wise, you are loving, you are blessed beyond imagination. Allow this to be your truth. Look within and find. Seek and find the very core of your existence, beloved ones. I know that there is guidance beyond imagination to assist you in this journey. So go with my blessings, beloveds. You always have my blessings, and indeed call upon me whenever you may need assistance to remember. I love you, and I will speak with you again. So gorgeous.
That's
Thank you
beautiful.
all for being here.
Thank you.
For spending the day with us.
Beautiful. Yes.
Sweet. I love
Thank
you.
you, Lynn.
Love you too.
She's really good with cats. Love you, Holly. All right.
Bye, Lynn.
Bye, my darlings.
Hug Astro for me.
I will. I will. Thank you. Linda and
I'm gonna turn this way.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
Lower. Astro. All right. I'll see you in Sedona.
Mhm.
And
Have a good time.
thanks, we will. I love you all.
Enjoy.
Love you.
Love
Bye.
you too.
Bye.
Good night. Bye, Wendy.
Bye.
Bye.